Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another movie reaction. This week I will be reacting to They Live. An absolute classic I've just never got round to seeing. I know a little bit about it, but I've just never seen it. What do I know about this film? I know that, when he puts on glasses, he sees that there's aliens or some sort of beings occupying certain people. I know that he sees through marketing slogans, so this turns into consume and this turns into reproduce, etc. These things have breached the walls into popular culture. They were unavoidable, so I do know those elements of the film. I've never seen a trailer for it, and I have never seen it in its entirety. I'm looking forward to it. It's one of those ones, it's like The Blob or The Fly. I just can't believe I've never got round to watching it up until today. So I'm really hyped to check this shit out finally. So without further ado, this is They Live. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. And this is one of those ones where I should have definitely watched this before. I love John Carpenter, especially this era of John Carpenter with Escape from New York and The Thing. Basically everything else from this era by John Carpenter I've seen. This is almost a collection completer right now. Loving that graffiti. It's not hip hop or modern, but it's definitely got its own art style going on. And of course, Roddy Piper is the star of this film. Growing up as a Scottish person watching wrestling, I was like, yes, a Scottish guy. It took me until I was in my adulthood to be like, hold the fuck on, this dude's Canadian. He could play the bagpipes though, so And also rest in peace because he has since passed. Was he just travelling on a cargo train there? So is he a sort of driftery character? This has got vibes of like Rambo wandering into the town at the start of First Blood. John Carpenter just couldn't miss during this era. He truly had his finger on the pulse for a good decade. His later films, not so much, very hit and miss, but in this era, basically everything he made became legendary.
Worked there for 10 years. Things just seem to dry up. They lost 14 banks in 1 week.
I can already tell this is going to have very good social commentary about a certain element of industrial society collapsing and shit like that. Consumerism, etc.
The venom of snakes is under their lips. Their mouths are full of bitterness and curses. And in their paths...
This guy's quite anti-snake.
Our human spirit is corrupted. Why do we worship greed?
Can't disagree with what he's saying though.
Our owners, they have us. They control us. They are our masters.
Hard to tell how Roddy Piper gauged that preacher. Not sure if he was impressed or just like, yeah, tell me about it. You don't need to preach that shit. Definitely a bit of a message there about how television pacifies or zombifies people. The internet and smartphones are even worse for it nowadays.
All I ever have to do is be famous. People watch me, and they love me.
It's kind of a dying hobby watching television through someone else's window. I'm sure we've all been there though, walking past a house at night and being like, oh, they're watching that or they're playing that. Nice one, good choice.
You need anybody?
Maybe. But this is a union job.
Politics and red tape everywhere he turns. Must have been quite fun working up in one of them big cranes though. Until the day there's an accident, but until then it would be fun. Great view of the city. Bit of competition going on there.
Excuse me. Then when do I get paid?
Thursday.
So what the fuck is he supposed to do until Thursday?
Chesterfield's over on 4th Street. They got hot food and showers. I'm going that way if you want me to show you.
That's cool of that guy. He seems to have no friends here, so I suppose any help at this point is welcome.
I don't like nobody following me unless I know why.
Well, I don't join up with anybody till I see where he's going.
Well, at least they got a mutual understanding. I think these two guys are gonna get along.
We're serving the food up soon.
Good, I'm starving.
What is this place? Is this like a sort of New York-y Skid Row or something?
Jules? Yes, sir.
Well, if you can use them, we can use you. The shower's caving in over there.
Yeah, you want a shower? Fix it.
Thanks. Yes.
Gotta love some free food.
Steel mills were laying people off left and right.
I swear I know this actor from somewhere. I can't remember what I've seen him in before, but I've definitely seen him in other things other than this film.
The golden rule. He who has the gold makes the rules.
That is still the golden rule to this day.
You do what you can. But remember, I'm gonna do my best to blow your ass away.
It is a dog-eat-dog world out there.
Everybody's got their own hard times these days.
Except like 5% of people who cannot understand why the other 95% are finding everything so difficult. Disconnected from reality. And above that 5% are 0.5% making things the way they are. And it will probably, unfortunately, never change.
We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep.
Gotta love the era where you could hijack a terrestrial television signal and broadcast your message to the world. Obviously there's the famous Max Headroom incident. If you've never heard about it, Google that shit. It was only used for trolling purposes before trolling was even a thing, but still, at least somebody did it on a large scale.
They have created a repressive society, and we are their unwitting accomplices.
I can see why this film has stood the test of time, because shit has not changed one bit.
We are focused only on our own gain.
Was that suggesting that the priest was getting his speeches from this guy tapping into the television signal? Or just that he has memorised what the guy was saying and agrees with it? Not sure what I was trying to convey, cutting to the priest miming the words there. Gotta love John Carpenter's soundtracks, by the way. He actually does tours nowadays playing the soundtracks, you know, live from the films he's done. And apparently, when he gave the studios his first cut of Halloween, they didn't find it scary, and then he laced that classic theme music to it, and they then found it scary. Shows how impactful music can be when added to a movie.
Oh, the church lets us use their kitchen.
4 a.m.
Hey, we're taking care of a lot of people here.
That is strange though, they'd have the kitchen open till 4 a.m. Who needs fed at 4 a.m?
They are dismantling the sleeping middle class. More and more people are becoming poor.
Which is funny because since then the middle class has pretty much been eradicated.
The signal must be shut off at the source.
I'm loving this counter-propaganda guy. This guy better be careful with his shady movements or he might get put in a sleeper hold. Seems like a normal church to me though. I tell you one thing that hasn't stood the test of time, that jean cut with your Simon Cowell belt height. This does not look like it's used for feeding people. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's the glasses. Is that just a tape player playing choir music? No way.
Only a few seconds got on the air. It's time to forget about breaking in on top of their signal. They're only going to jam us out again and again.
That's a clever cover for like a resistance hangout. Just blare out gospel singing. Nobody would bat an eyelid. Has he found a little secret room or something? I wouldn't smile. That wasn't the most stealth.
Just wanted a closet, didn't want no one breaking in. Neighborhood watch.
Yeah, let me touch your face.
Caught by the superior ninja, the preacher.
The Lord has let me see. You'll be back. You'll be back.
I get the feeling he will be back as well. I know at some point he gets a pair of those sunglasses, so he has to be back at some point.
Hey. What's happening?
He's spying on the fake church. Let him spy. I was always curious how he got hold of these magical sunglasses, you know, when I heard that was the concept of this film. So I wonder where this guy is taking the bulk sunglass boxes to. Is he distributing them among the public, or is there an actual resistance who all get to have these things? Why are they being mass-produced? That guy looks like he's ready to snipe someone.
This way.
He is. He's aiming at them with a gun, isn't he? So whatever these people are doing in the church, the police are definitely onto them. I like how that police truck said Scientific Investigation Division, but then had just a bunch of SWAT team pile out the back. Not many scientists among them. They are moving in force. Why are they doing this to the homeless community? What the fuck have these people done? Roddy Piper looks more dumbfounded than worried just now. He's just like me, he's like, what the hell is all this? Imagine just bulldozing a bunch of homeless people's houses though.
We know we are. Leave us alone. We know.
Roddy Piper opted not to do the stunt roll there. Gotta respect his decision.
I will fear no evil. Thy rod and thy staff.
Ah, police brutality. If this was nowadays, those people would have just got shot in the head.
Come on in and join the party, man.
You go with them.
Don't know if you want to leave this guy in the crack house, but it's definitely better than getting beaten to death by the police outside. It's kind of like being stuck between a rock and a hard place at this point. There's some really cool camera shots being used so far as well.
Out goes glitter and in comes divine excess.
Shit, this place has just been completely wiped out. It's like a hurricane swept through it. Is he gonna go back into the church and find like one remaining pair of sunglasses in there or something? Oh, did they not find the little secret stash inside the wooden board they found? That's actually surprising, but I think that's where he'll get his glasses. You don't want the police catching you with your summerwear box. It is the sunglasses. So if he wears one pair, does he give the rest of these out, or does he just discard them, or I've no idea. Nice, just in case you need spares. Although I've never understood people who use a bin as a stash spot. What if a bin lorry comes along and decides to empty them? You've lost your thing. Oh, here we go. Legendary, obviously. This is the stuff that I am aware of that is in this film. So clever and so unique. I wonder how he came up with this idea. I guess he was just thinking, you know, what is the true message behind each advert, and then he just put that into plain text. It works so well cinematically though. This idea is potentially the cherry on top of the John Carpenter cake, as the best ever.
How are you today, sir?
Okay, how's it going?
Fine, thank you.
So creepy. I don't know if these guys are meant to be actual aliens or something else, but this is the part I'm not aware of. Like, I know he sees these things, but I do not know what these things are. It's a unique design as well, you know, the classic skeleton, but then with a bit of muscle on top of it and then really striking eyeballs. Also, if this was you, and this happened to you, what would be your next move? What would you do? I'm not sure what I'd do. This would definitely make me want to just run away to the woods, or like a mountain or something though, and get far away from all this shit. I love how they're making it go all black and white as well. All the colour is taken out of the products.
Hey, go for it, man. It's easy for you to say you got the promotion.
It'll come, all right? Just don't worry about it.
Yeah, take the skeleton's advice. Keep your chin up.
We're optimistic as to what becomes of it all. It really boils down to our ability to accept.
One thing I will say is, unless that was a politician, that's unrealistic. News broadcasters are never like that. Politicians, on the other hand, are.
You're okay. This one, real fucking ugly. Formaldehyde face, that's what we got.
That's enough out of you.
Formaldehyde face. Now there's an insult you don't hear every day.
I've got one that can see.
So they're like all connected to one another as well, in communication.
Wearing sunglasses.
I don't like this one bit. Not one bit.
That would definitely freak you out. What, were your jeans not high enough there, Roddy?
That's like pouring perfume on a pig.
He's not making it unobvious he can see them for who they really are.
You look as shitty to us as we do to you.
Impossible.
Oh, I hope he kicks the shit out of these two guys. Nice. Clothesline. Jab, low kick, right hook. 2 right hooks. I didn't realise the Colt Magnum was a police issue weapon, but it's nice to see the hand cannon getting pulled out. It'd be quite jarring just to see someone walking down the street with a pump-action shotgun and a Magnum. Unless you're in Texas.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Classic line. I have heard that line before. Oh shit, that bank teller got fucking destroyed.
Mama don't like tattletales. Wearing sunglasses.
Oh, they can fucking teleport as well. These guys are a bit overpowered. Do we find out what these things are? I need to know how these people have came to be in power and what they actually are.
And who are you, little fella?
Oh, they've got to be aliens with technology like this.
Drop it!
He's a regular cop, he's not one of them. Will he treat him the same or will he let him go?
Beat your feet.
That's cool. At least he's not just killing people non-discriminately.
Close the door.
Until we see her through his glasses perspective, I'm not convinced she's a human. Okay, cool. At least he's not captured one of the weird teleporting alien people. I guess another way to tell if it's one of them or not is their little wrist communicator. They all seem to have that same little bracelet on their wrist so they can communicate with one another. He should ask her to drive back to the alleyway where he stashed the rest of the sunglasses so he can get more humans on his side.
Your place.
I'd rather not do that.
She's got some strikingly light eye colour there. I think she should be more worried about her creepy nosy neighbour than Roddy Piper.
Look, I don't know what you want.
Oh, just quiet.
Let her put on the sunglasses and she'll understand.
The whole world's in trouble. They're all around us and we never knew it. You can only see them with these special glasses.
He's gonna come across as so insane talking to her like this.
You're fighting the forces of evil that none of us can see without sunglasses.
Sounds crazy when repeated as well.
You have it your way, huh?
It's not my way. It's your way.
She seems quite chilled about being essentially held hostage right now. I do not trust this lady for some reason. I think it's her eye colour. It doesn't look natural. I mean, I might be completely wrong here, but there seems to be something more to this woman than we're first appearing to see. Is she one of these things as well, with like a weird mask covering her skeleton face? Or am I just being completely prejudiced because she's got a striking eye colour? Oh shit! Damn, Holly, that was brutal.
8634 Circleview Drive.
Did he lose his sunglasses in there too? Now he's gonna have to go back to the alley to get a new pair. I wouldn't go back to Holly's house if I were him. I've just realised he's got a wedding band on his finger. I'm assuming him and his wife must be separated or something, because we haven't heard one thing about her this entire movie.
You crazy son of a bitch!
I gotta show you something.
No, you ain't showing me nothing. I got a wife and kids, so leave me alone.
Again, he would come across as crazy to anybody that doesn't have a pair of these sunglasses. He needs to go back to that alleyway and just start giving them out to the people he sees as humans. Oh, he is. Ah, shit. I did warn of this exact thing happening. He is very fortunate. That is a very dry looking back of a bin lorry. Probably a best case scenario.
1 week's pay. It's the best I could do.
Good throw. I wonder how many takes that took.
Put these on.
Hey! Stay away from me!
I'm telling you, you dumb son of a...
Unnecessary, but it was a fast jab.
Either put on these glasses or start eating that trash can.
It's an easy choice to make. Oh, he got hit with a 4-piece straight away. This guy's got some hands. Oh, 4 back. Now we're even again.
Put on the glasses.
Back fist and an elbow. That isn't the Queensberry rules.
I told you, I didn't want to be in.
Imagine helping him up just to hit him back down again. Unnecessary.
You dirty motherfucker!
You're the one that elbowed him first and back-fisted him. You started the dirty tactics. Oh, don't. Okay, it's fine. Kicking him in the face is acceptable. Breaking the glasses is not. This is quite an epic alleyway fight. If they keep this up, neither of them will be able to see through the glasses. Wow. Multiple knees to the balls. That is so fucked up. Uh-oh. Now weapons are coming into it.
Oh, man. I'm sorry, man.
That was hilarious. I wonder how many bar fights that's happened in. They try to break a bottle to use it as a weapon and just break it too high to the tip and it's useless. This guy really does not want to wear sunglasses. I don't know what sunglasses did to him in the past. Must have been a horrible event. Fucking gut-wrench suplex. So brutal. Especially on alleyway concrete.
What's that?
That looks like an actual UFO. These things must be alien.
Life's a bitch. She's back in heat.
Never heard that phrase before. Gonna start using that. Oh, they've both got a pair now. How did that happen? I thought he only found one pair in the back of the garbage truck. I take it he fished out a second pair, maybe.
I want a room.
I think these guys should have been getting a room for themselves at the hospital. They kicked the living shit out of one another in that scene. It's nice to see he's got an accomplice now, though. It was pretty much one man against the world before he convinced his friend.
What are they? Where did they come from?
That's what I want to know.
You know, that really answers my fucking question.
Well, when you get some kind of master plan, you let me know, huh?
What would you actually do? I would just get the fuck away from there and try and find somewhere where these things are not everywhere around me. You can't kill them all.
We gotta find the people who made these.
Yeah.
Now that's a good idea, because there was boxes and boxes of them that they managed to drive away with. If those guys are still somewhere, they might be their best chance.
They love it. Seeing us hate each other. Watching us kill each other off.
If anything, you know, the last 5 years on the internet has shown you, in my opinion, the last 5 years of humanity, it's become the most tribal again it has ever been since, you know, the inception of the tribal era of human evolution. Due to people being able to find a pocket online, be reassured in all their beliefs and not want to even listen to the other side anymore. Instantly demonize them, find no middle ground. It would be pretty easy for a alien species who were able to blend in like this to just influence us into killing one another. It would take them a day. Oh, he's got the glasses.
The world needs a wake-up call. We're gonna phone it in.
Oh, got a little snub nose. The world needs a wake-up call and we're gonna phone it in. I love some of the dialogue in this movie. Kinda cheesy, but also iconic. Hell's Angels, always doing door security.
There's a list of safe houses, you gotta memorize them, and then destroy the safe.
What's a safe house?
Nice, I think we're an hour into the movie, but we have finally found the Resistance.
Brand new. Got the first shipment today. They won't hurt.
Contact lenses, so they can basically see reality at all times without having to wear the sunglasses. That's cool. It's like the most stealthy option.
Now, most of the cops are human. They've been told that we're commies trying to bring down the government. And some of them are being recruited.
That's such a good metaphor for when you get non-brainwashed people joining the police force and then they're just slowly conditioned to think like the cruel robots that many police officers are by their peers.
They're free enterprisers. The Earth is just another developing planet. Their third world.
Ah, okay, so it's confirmed. They are definitely alien in origin.
Turns out they're really two-way radios. You can listen to their broadcast.
Oh, nice. They've got their radio communicator.
They're gone. I've been trying to figure it out.
All right, now everybody listen up.
Yeah, where did that one guy teleport to? Maybe back up onto their ship? Is it some sort of instant relay back to their ship or something?
We don't stand a chance with a few guns and grenades.
So what are we supposed to do? We bide our time.
Agreed. There seems to be way too many of these things, and they seem to be quite advanced. I don't think a couple of firearms and a grenade or two is really going to make a dent into their structure.
KRDA is clear. The transmission is going out clean. The signal's coming from somewhere else.
This woman, if she's part of the Resistance, why the fuck didn't she look after him better? Or did she put on the glasses after he left?
I didn't know. I'm so sorry.
She has to be wearing contacts. You do not get eyes that light or blue, do you? It's making her look like she's one of those things in disguise. I still don't trust her. Ah, shit. Just when this Resistance was gearing up, their headquarters had been found. Which again makes me think there must be an insider. Is it that woman? That was the most wild firing I've ever seen single-handedly. He did a good job controlling that gun.
Attention.
Oh, did he trigger the teleportation?
2 seconds. 1 second.
This must have teleported them onto the ship. If you've played Fallout 4, by the way, there is definitely elements of this film which influenced Fallout 4. The teleportation back to the base, plus the fact they're like disguised as humans, the synths in Fallout 4. It's not the best Fallout game, but I'm a huge fan of the Fallout franchise in general. So yeah, I've played them all basically. Very They Live-ish in retrospect.
Okay. We got them! We wiped them out!
Is that the fucking same thing as they used in Ghostbusters? They reusing props. My favourite prop reusage in film is probably the fact that the dropship from Aliens is also the Skynet ship from Terminator 2.
The gains have been substantial, both for ourselves and for you.
Well, this definitely doesn't look like they're on a spaceship to me. It just must teleport them to some sort of facility or base, building of some kind.
You have given us entree to the resources we need in our ongoing quest.
These guys look so out of place in this room though.
We are off crisis alert. The situation is normal again.
Not as normal as you think, my friend. I've got a feeling we're gonna see this woman here at some point. I swear she was the mole that led them to the resistance base.
That's where we come from.
All here. Thank you for waiting, and we hope you have a pleasant trip.
So they're from Andromeda? No way.
Evening, boys. Looking sharp. Wait till you see what I'm going to show you now.
This guy's just unwittingly letting them in on all the insider secrets of this society.
This would allow space sensors to penetrate natural barriers and camouflage.
Can you get us inside?
Ah, even the news station is within this facility.
Hey, fellas, I got a couple of my buddies here. Thought I'd give them the grand tour.
This guy's doing such a good job of playing a slimy elitist alien.
Watch the door.
Nice. Grabbing him by his goatee. That's why I keep mine short. Ungrabbable.
See ya, boys.
Wait though, if they're already in the facility, where did that guy teleport to? Like 2 feet away? Could have tried opening the door first, but a grenade also works.
Holly Thompson, assistant program, something or other. Where is she?
Security alert.
Holly Thompson definitely works for the bad guys. I want to know where they are. Are they inside a facility, or did that teleporter just take them to like a news building with a built-in banquet hall? Quite fancy. Maybe these aliens aren't wrong after all. I wouldn't even let the humans past at this point. If they're humans in this building, they have been convinced to work for the evil alien people. Everyone in here needs to die. Don't trust this evil woman. You're making a big mistake, Roddy. I fucking know it. She just shot him in the head. I fucking knew it. I knew it from the moment I saw that unnatural eye-coloured bitch. There was just something about her demeanour and her eyes I did not trust.
Don't do it.
Treacherous, light eye-coloured bitch. Okay, that's what I like to see. And fuck your satellites too. I wonder how many people during death have given someone the bird. I'd like to know a list of people that did that.
All the sex and violence on the screen has gone too far for me.
Oh nice, it's like destroyed the signal that covers them up.
Hey, what's wrong, baby?
Oh, creepy. Okay, and that was They Live, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, They Live, what did I think of that? As I said at the start, I cannot believe I've went through my entire life not having seen this film, especially being such a huge fan of John Carpenter, specifically John Carpenter from this era, Escape from New York, Halloween, The Thing. That guy was just hitting consecutive home runs. Shame on me for not taking the time to watch this sooner. And this is probably his best film when it comes to social commentary and a commentary of just the way of the world in general. To this day, themes in this film ring so true in modern society. And that shows how on the pulse he was, and maybe even how forward thinking he was. Because if anything, things have just got more so like this since then, not less so. Roddy Piper did a good job as the main protagonist. I was unsure how his acting chops were going to be, what with him coming from a professional wrestling background, but he did a great job. And I'm surprised he wasn't cast in bigger films after this. I know he did more acting, but it was more B-movie-ish after this, like Hell Comes to Frogtown and things like that. He didn't have an upward trajectory after this movie, which he deserved to have. And as modern times have shown us, if you're gonna look for your typical action star, you can do a lot worse than looking into professional wrestling for these guys. The Rock is obviously now one of the biggest stars in the entire world. Dave Bautista is another one who's on the up and up. He's just been in Knock at the Cabin, and he's been in a lot of other big movies over the last few years. You know, they've got the muscular build, they're used used to doing action sequences, all you need to do is find the ones who have a bit of natural acting chops and boom, you've got a ready-made action star. The sidekick as well, I don't know the guy's name, but I know I've seen other movies with him in it. He did a great job as well, at first playing the part of the skeptic to Roddy Piper's believer and then finally being convinced after that pretty epic alleyway fist fight. And yeah, there's a million ways you could have told this story, and I loved how it started on such simple terms. He's just a drifter looking for work. He has to go to the local sort of homeless community, and it just so happens the church where they build these sunglasses is stationed right next to that place. And everything organically snowballs from there. It's got them classic blood squib shootout action sequences as well, which you don't see much of every day anymore. I was curious about that because so much blood is made with CGI, and apparently the reason they do that is because they can then take it out of scenes for foreign audiences where blood isn't as acceptable to get a specific rating. So it saves the studio money by making the blood CGI, because in markets where it's not acceptable they can just take it off with a computer rather than having to film the scene twice, one with blood squibs and one without. That being said, to me it's always more impactful when you see real blood squibs in a shootout sequence. Classics like RoboCop and stuff like that all used them, and I missed the blood squib. Bring back the fucking blood squib and let the foreign audiences adapt and deal with that shit. And this is kinda sad because this is officially me watched all the John Carpenter classics now. Maybe that's the reason I never got round to watching this sooner, because I knew that once I had watched this, I had watched them all. But now I have done it, I have watched them all, but at least I got the opportunity to react to this and watch it for the first time for you guys and the channel. Great movie, great concept, absolutely genius social commentary, which has not only stood the test of time but become more potent over time. That is incredibly hard to do, and even though John Carpenter probably has made superior movies to this, such as The Thing and Halloween, none of them have had that potency of social commentary. And it just makes me wish he'd have made more movies around this time when he was just knocking them out of the park one after the other. It's like Tim Burton. Tim Burton's new films are decent, but you know, that Tim Burton period between the mid-80s to the mid-90s, that golden era, I wish he'd have made twice as many movies throughout that era, because he was onto something which he later seemingly lost a little bit of. And the same could be said for John Carpenter. Regardless, you can't hate on someone who had a decade of genius in them like those two directors did. And I'm so happy I finally watched this film. I absolutely loved it, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it along with me. If you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below, and share this around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.